everyone, and welcome again to season number 2, the Business Blueprint edition of the Marriage Can Win show. And I'm so excited. I mean, literally, we just finished celebrating Women's History Month. But you know what? 30 days is just not enough time. It's not enough time to celebrate all the amazing things that women are doing and how we're impacting and influencing this nation. So tonight we've got a special treat in store for you. Are you guys ready?
All right. I'm always ready.
So tonight we have joining us Tina Torres. She's a client retention expert. She's been recognized as a top performing sales associate. She's awarded #1 in her region, and she's a top income producer using her proven system for building strong customer relationships. She's the best-selling author of The Gratitude Journal and the founder of Connection to Client Blueprint. It's a proven follow-up method to enhance relationships with clients and potential customers. Her mission is to show the world how implementing gratitude into your daily life can change your business. Now, Tina's a morning TV show host. She's a best-selling author and global speaker. She's from she lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, and she is living a life of attitude with a attitude of gratitude. And she's showing the world how to build relationships that matters. She's commonly referred to as the queen of follow-up. So everybody help me welcome to the show, Tina Torres. Tina, how are you doing today?
Hey.
I need some comeback music.
Oh.
I need some comeback music. You know, just come out music.
Oh my
guys, thank you guys for having me on. You guys have never been on this show. Like in the green room, we were sitting there like cracking up. Tears, like I gotta fix my makeup.
But you know what? It's all about relationships and having fun. I know we talk about the personal relationship side, but the business relationship component is just as important. And we're super excited when I heard that she's the queen of follow-up. And it started making me think about how many people are struggling in their businesses today because of a lack of follow-up. We're missing some key strategies here that can help us take our businesses to the next level.
And I know any kind of tips or strategies that I can get or you can get to make your business go to the next level and bring in the revenues, I want to hear. I want to implement.
Follow-up is like the biggest thing that people have struggled with. It is, you ask any business owner, what's one thing that you struggle with? And they're like, follow-up. To stay consistent, to follow up with leads, those current customers, the past customers, and future customers. And so every time I see that, I'm like, oh, you need my system. You need my system. But so many people the backside of it,
Yeah, because, it's like when you're a busy entrepreneur, you're always busy and busy and busy. And if you don't have any automations or anything, it's hard to follow up.
And it's very easy to allow clients to fall through the cracks when you are not following up, because a lot of them will assume that you're just either not interested or not serious.
This
right?
is true.
Yeah,
all right, tell us.
People are not going to come to you and say, hey, I need what you have. Can you sell me what you have?
That's true.
Two people that do that are Starbucks and a gas station.
Oh, gosh.
They're not going to go after you and be like, you need what I have. No, we go to them.
Right. That's true. That's
so
true.
So when I started doing this, and I started doing this about 14 years ago, just teaching people how to build relationships. Relationships are built one-on-one. Follow-up you can do to one-to-many, but relationships are built one-on-one. And if you treat your customers with like the utmost respect and like step outside of the box and send them a birthday card and send them all these things, they will be able to not only refer you to other people, but they're going to want to stay with you and stay only. And you're a customer for a lifetime.
And that's true.
That's for a lifetime.
Yeah. But you know what? That's really true. When you think about it, there are little things that we can do on a regular basis that builds that relationship and makes them when I think about it, I've been in the healthcare industry for 20 years, and as a pharmacist, I had clients. They drive by plenty of the WalMarts, plenty of the Walgreens, and they would come to my store, and they say it's because of the way that you treated me. You understand me. You know me. You know my family.
And you say, "Hi, Mrs. Torres, how you doing? Where's your baby at? How was he?
Yeah.
Did he graduate?" Because you remember little things.
Yes. And I think that's really, really important. So I know one of the things, I don't want to jump around, but there's something else we were talking about. You're talking about turning those connections into cash flow. So when we build those relationships for business owners, you're establishing relationships, but let's be realistic. We have businesses because we want them to be what? We want them to be profitable.
Exactly.
So
turn into clients. So
yeah,
and it takes 7 to 12 touches, and probably even more right now because of all the social media inward of everybody's inundated with all of these things, right? So
yeah.
What I tell people is have a couple of different steps. Obviously, I wrote a book on it. I have a course on it, but I do have a couple of tips that I'll give to your audience members, a little bit later. But I want them to understand the reasoning behind it, to have gratitude into your life first. So, a couple of years ago, and you guys know this, but your audience members do not. But a couple of years ago, I lost everything that I had. Like I finalized my divorce after being married for 20 years to a very toxic man. I became an empty nester when my youngest son decided to join the Army at 19 years old. I lost a six-figure income job, and I moved to a town where I knew no one at all. And all of that in a 6-month period of time.
Wow.
And then on top of that, I had family members turn on me when I needed them the most. And so I fell into a very bad depression for about 90 days. And me being the gratitude specialist, I was like, there's just no way I can do this. I was praying to God, okay, I'm done. Take me, I'm done. Can you just take me? I'm done. I'm done here on this earth. Like, I'm done. And one morning I decided, you know what? Enough is enough. I grabbed my journal and I grabbed my Bible and I said, I'm going to write down everything that I am grateful for. And I did. And God started bringing all these people into my life to help me rebuild my business. So I relaunched my business. I launched my coaching career again. I wrote a best-selling book, not only one, but 2 best-selling books. I started the morning talk show. I, speak all around the world and was able to do that and rebrand myself in the last 2.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Now you mentioned that you had 2 best-selling books. Why don't you share with our listeners the name of their books? Because I'm sure they're like, oh, wait a minute, she's talking some good stuff now.
I have my other one. I don't know if I have my other one. Okay, so I have the gratitude journal, which is a 365-day morning and nighttime gratitude journal. So I always tell everybody to do a 90-day gratitude challenge. And in fact, I have a couple of people in my 90-day gratitude challenge now. And we're going to, after the 90 days, we're all going to go to Vegas.
Oh, wow.
But
I like that challenge.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's do it. So what I tell them is to get up an hour to 2 hours before they get up now. So if they get up at 8 o'clock, get up at 6 o'clock and start a whole morning routine, starting with writing in your gratitude journal. The first thing you do, well, actually, the first thing I do is grab a cup of coffee. And then I get my gratitude journal. So I do my gratitude journal. I do a visualization process of what I want my life to be in 5 years. I close my eyes. I decide, my house, the car, how much money I want in the bank, my future husband, all of these things of what I want my life to be in 5 years. And then I meditate, I pray, and then I work out for 30 minutes. So all of that is about an hour to an hour and a half morning routine. And when I started doing that, I started my whole mindset was able to shift. I was able to think positively. I was able to get things done. I make my bed every single morning, which I usually don't, but I do now because it's one thing that that was checked off your list that that you accomplished that day. And then I do my gratitude at nighttime as well. And gratitude is like one of those things that people are like, oh, it's just gratitude. I'll do it tomorrow. It's just 5 minutes. I'll do it tomorrow. But what they don't realize is it is such a powerful thing, and it's such an easy thing, but it's so powerful. And if you just do it for 90 days, your whole entire life can change.
Wow. Now, I love that. I mean, you said something. You said it's some people may consider it to be a little thing, but it has such a tremendous impact on you once you set the tone for your day. And, we talk a lot about habits, but this is something, it's more like a healthy lifestyle change. And then to commit to it for 90 days, that's phenomenal, because what you do now, you've set your body up to continue it. Past 90 days, it's hard to kind of go back because you kind of got into that rhythm, right?
After about 21 days, you're just like, hey, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And a couple of the girls who are in the gratitude challenge right now with me, they're like, oh, Tina, I stayed up too late. I just could not get up. And I said, do I have to start over? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh. But I said, if you just do it for 90 days, you can do anything for 90 days. Do anything. But the benefits that's going to come out of it, and I have it in my book, it's health benefits. You're going to increase your energy. You're going to elevate your mood. You're going to increase your patience. You're going to boost your self-esteem, reduce toxic emotions, sleep better, sleep longer, clarify your perspective, increase your optimism, you'll multiply the good in your life, you improve your relationships, increase your resiliency, and it'll make you happier. I mean, and it's like I said, they say it's such an easy thing. Oh, I just don't, I can't do it. But if you just implement gratitude into your life, it can change your life. And that's what it did for me. It completely changed my life. And it, because I was in a very, very, very bad, dark place in that time. And I made that decision and turned it around and changed my trajectory a little bit, and was able to do all the things that I have now. Not where I want to be, obviously, but with time and, building these relationships with people, it's going to happen. And then you have it in your life, in your personal life, then you push it into your business life.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know about most people, but it's when you've gone through something serious in your life, I mean, I could think of a lot of ways of being grateful every day. I know that's as part of your routine, you're being grateful of some of just life itself,
Absolutely.
Somebody asked me one time, Tina, if you weren't grateful for the things that you were grateful for today, and you weren't grateful for them tomorrow, and you lost them, what would you be grateful for today? And I'm like,
that's good.
And my kids, my health,
That's true.
Because so many things, I don't know. What could I be grateful for? I don't know. Well, you woke up, right? You open your eyes, you got out of bed. So that means that you're moving, that you're not paralyzed, that, but then I had to go to my stupid job. I said, oh, but you have a job.
Thank you. That's right.
Income.
And, and then I had to pay the mortgage. Oh, but you have a house.
There you go.
You just have to change it. And I hate it's Monday. I'm like, I love it because it's Monday, because now I get to be able to get on the morning show and do all these things. Yes, I hate getting up. I'm just like everybody else. I hate getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But you have to. You know what I mean? And you get to. Instead of your to-do list, it's your get-to-do list.
Right.
That's true.
I like that.
You get to do it. And and it's so much easier. And there, you just turn it around. Oh, I had to pay the mortgage. I had to pay all my bills. I said, but you know what? You had enough money to pay your bills today. Because there's some people who do not have the money to pay their bills. There's some people who do not have a house that they can pay their mortgage. There's some people who don't have a husband, Eric, that, to be grateful for.
Yeah.
It's just those little things. You're like, oh, what should I be grateful for today? But you can be grateful for anything. And you just do
Yes.
2 in the morning, 3 in the evening, first thing you do in the morning, last thing you do before you go to bed, and it'll change your life.
Yeah, and
That
I,
is
I
true.
can understand about the fact that it improves your sleep, because if not, you know how many people are sitting there kind of twiddling their thumbs, worrying about what happened today, what you're going to do tomorrow. But if you shift that mindset to, being grateful for what you have today, when you go to sleep at night, it's going to be a different type of rest, a more peaceful type of rest. So
It
I,
really
I
it may not be that first night or that second night.
right,
Like I said, I tell them to do it for 90 days
right,
and to track it for 90 days. And you don't have to buy my journal to do it. You can do it in any journal. Go get a journal for $3 at TJ Maxx or, whatever. But just track it and write it down, and your feelings and how you were feeling. I'm sluggish today, and I had a lot of energy today. And the things that are coming to you, these girls that are in this challenge, they're like, oh my God, I had 2 closings today. I had this, and just all these things that are coming to them. And they're like, do you think it was a coincidence? And I'm like, well, you're expecting it now.
mm-hmm.
That has shift. You pushed out gratitude to the universe and to the world, and so gratitude is going to come back to you. More things to be grateful for are going to come back to you, because what you send out, you get back tenfold.
That gives me a perspective now. What you said earlier is that, okay, yeah, so today we have a home, we have a job, but then tomorrow, if you don't have a job, you're like, oh my goodness, I had one yesterday,
Right?
and you took it,
I didn't complain yesterday when I was complaining
right,
about the stupid job that I had.
you took it you
I
took
don't
it for
have a job
granted,
at all.
right? And then when it's time to pay the mortgage and you don't have that job, you're like, ooh.
You start to value. You're like, ooh, I really
I
should have
took that for
appreciated
granted,
that.
It
Yeah.
may not be the
And
perfect
and it's the
job.
same thing with your marriage, And I
Yes.
know your guys' story, so I know, many years ago you guys struggled. So
Yes.
imagine if you guys split up. I mean, oh my gosh.
Oh, I don't want to imagine it.
Well, if we split up, I'm going with you. So
I can't imagine being without my JB.
So,
I told him years ago he was stuck with me. So that's it.
hello, I'm here.
Oh, okay, yeah, we on the
Oh
show.
yeah. Oh yeah. Back to
We
Tina.
live, right?
I said she's gonna come out of the trunk. Hello, I'm here. Can't get rid of me, baby.
Where did she come from?
That's right.
But I mean, so even in your marriage,
Right.
nags me, or oh, I hate when he leaves the toilet seat up, or oh, he leaves toothpaste in the sink. But if you lost him,
Yeah.
then you'd be like, oh, I wish there was toothpaste in the sink. I wish
Yeah.
that there was a toilet seat left up.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. And this just teaches you to appreciate what you have. And I know with the pandemic, it caused people to start shifting their mindset because of things that were we took for granted, like 6-figure incomes, things like that. That was no longer guaranteed. People who thought, oh, I'd never get laid off from their job. That job is not there anymore. So the one you complained about and didn't want to go to, it's not even there for you to go to anymore. And you're kind of like, I could deal with the customers hollering and screaming now. I missed that paycheck. And it's the same thing, whether it's a business relationship or a personal relationship.
Right.
So I even encourage the couples out there that are listening or that are watching that you start to appreciate the relationships that you have, whether it's a business relationship, a family relationship, a personal relationship, because tomorrow is not promised to anyone. And
It really isn't.
yeah, it's like, when you think about it, you'd be like, was it really worth all of that arguing, fussing, and fighting?
For him leaving the toilet seat up.
Yeah.
For her, I don't even know, because women do everything perfect. I don't know what we do.
Oh my goodness. I think that's the problem. It's always perfect for women, but what about us?
Oh goodness.
Well, it has to be perfect.
What would be one thing that if something, God forbid, happened to your wifey, what what would be one thing you would miss?
Everything.
And you got to remember we're live on TV, but and that you complain about now.
Oh, that I complain about.
Did you say that on TV?
Well, because I'm like, even when we first started dating, I said I was just happy to have her in my presence. So if she's not in my presence, that right there just destroys everything about, for me.
I love that.
But let's see.
Does she leave her clothes on the floor?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Oh gosh.
She likes to arrange the remotes all the time. She comes on my side of the room, on my side over where on my nightstand. I like to arrange.
She organizes your remote, your side of the thing, and that's what you complain about?
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, or like if I put something out, like, my toothbrush, or I leave out my cologne and my deodorant, she always puts them underneath the sink, or what she calls tidying it up. And I'm looking for them, like, where happened to it? I left it right here.
She puts it in its place.
Yeah.
But its place is where I put it.
Girl, I'm on your side.
Yeah. It's like I had to learn over the years. Certain things just warrant a response, and certain things you just kind of give him that eye and be like, look, not today.
I just let her do whatever she wants to do.
If something, God forbid, ever happened to her and you had your, cologne on the thing, you'd go like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm used to it now.
Absolutely.
I just put it where she normally puts it.
No, you don't.
Okay. Well, I don't complain when you do it.
Sometimes you do. And I forgot, to all of our viewers, put in your city and state that you're watching from in the chat box, or if you're watching the replay, type in #replay. We love it when we talk with Tina, because it's just like sitting down with a friend and just chatting. And so, that's just our mode here. We're not super uptight. We like to have fun. We like to learn and like to just encourage everyone here. And also put in, what's your greatest takeaway? These are some great tips here if you're thinking about it. So those business owners, wow, if I need to increase my follow-up, if I need to do a 90-day challenge, put your greatest takeaway in the chat box. Let Tina know that these tools and strategies are helping you. So I'm like super excited. What about you?
I am too. I'm just loving this. So tell our audience a little bit more about your books.
Okay, so that was my first book, was the Gratitude Journal, and I knew that I needed it, right? So I was like, okay, so if I need it, then I know other people will. And then I started sharing my story, and people were coming up to me going, oh my gosh, me too, and me too. And I was like, okay, other people need this. And so I wrote the Gratitude Journal. And then last year, on my birthday, on our 200th episode of the Angel and Tina Morning Show, I launched the Beyond Gratitude book.
Woo!
And it hit bestseller in 2 hours.
Wow.
And there's strategies to attract, connect, and convert more prospects. And it's, my life, how to implement gratitude in there, how your mindset can change, and then things to do in your business to create those lifetime customers. And one of the biggest things is to send cards, actual like physical greeting cards in the mail, birthday cards every other month. Send them something in the mail, because personal mail is a 100% open rate.
Wow. I like that one.
100% open rate. If you get something in the mail, and I don't know if you guys have a mailbox or whatever, but when I'm going out to the mailbox, like before I'm even getting to the door, I'm like ripping open a card, who is this?
True. Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking
about. Like a check.
Oh my goodness.
Money I feel in there.
My husband used to laugh at me when
the card and you act like you didn't see the money fall down. And you're like, dear, I love grandma. And you're like, She gave me $50.
Oh yeah.
See, that's how it was with my dad. When he would go to the mailbox, he'd open it up, shake it out. If there's something in it, he'd look at it. If nothing, he'd just throw it on the side. And I'd be like, really? But, you know.
Everybody wants to feel loved and appreciated.
Yes.
So
Yes,
whether you're in a relationship, whether you're in a marriage, or you're in a business, people want to feel loved and appreciated. And through cards, you can do that. So I tell them to send a card 7 times a year, every other month, and on their birthday. So you can recognize their birthday. So you can, like today is April Fool's Day. And I don't know if you guys watched the Angel and Tina morning show this morning. What?
What happened?
Well, we said that we were changing the name of the Angel and Tina morning show to the TNA show.
Oh no!
Okay. No. It's the Ta show.
No.
Wait a minute.
Baby, Eric, think TNA. Eric, think TNA.
TNA.
I guess I'm missing it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that.
Well, our ratings would go up for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We're just going through like, yeah, do it.
Oh my God.
Joking. But, so just little things like that. Next month is Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Many of your clients are mothers. And how many of your clients would probably be the only card that they get in the mail if you send them a Happy Mother's Day card.
That's true.
Wow.
Yeah, they remember.
Right? You have no idea what people are going through in their personal life. And if you sent a card saying, hey, I'm thinking of you. If there's anything you need, please let me know. And they go and they get that card on a day where they would have done something horrible.
Wow. Yeah.
Sure.
You got that card in the mail, the right time, for the right reason, and you helped turn their life around.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true.
So it's such a huge project that, and I have everybody doing it, to send a card a day to somebody you're thinking about, to do the gratitude challenge and to send a card a day. But when I tell my business people to do that and to send a card every other month, and then on their birthdays, the amount of responses that they get are overwhelming.
Oh, wow.
So Tina, so the people that are watching, they're like, oh, well, how do I get that done? I mean, what services that you provide that you can do that for?
I'm so glad you asked, Eric. So I have a service called Mailbox Power. It's actually an automated service that I have. Every year I go through and say, okay, what cards do I want to send this year? What 6 cards do I want to send? Is it a 4th of July card, a happy spring card, and a, happy fall card and a Christmas card? What cards do I want to send? I pick out the 6 cards. I get my 100 VIP clients in that list, and I have it all automated. So you can automate that part. But on the other end, you want to also, if you wake up one day and say, you know what? I loved being on Eric and Sakeisha's show the other day. I'm going to send them a little card and gift. And you wake up thinking and having you on your mind or on my mind, then I want to go ahead and send you something because there was a reason why you're on my mind.
All right.
And 9 times out of 10, you're going to call me and say, oh my God, Tina, I was having the worst day ever when I got the card in the mail.
Wow.
It's such an amazing feeling to do that. So, to send those cards. So Mailbox Power is what I use. In fact, you can go to mailboxpower.com/gratitude attitude. You'll get my link. It's like $49 a month. You get unlimited postcards to send. You get 50 cards that you can send. And it's an amazing service. You can, do it one by one or whatever. But the cards these days are at Target like $5 and $6. You got to go pick it up. You got to go to the mailbox, the post office, and get, stamps. So, this is just an easy service. They're very, nice cards too. So they're very, nice cards. You can put your signature in there, all that kind of good stuff. And I love to get the responses back.
Yeah.
So one of the tips is to send a card. And the other tip is to send 2 gifts a year to your VIP clients, whether it's a box of brownies or a mug. Like your marriage can win mugs. You can do those on Mailbox Power and send them to your guest.
Wow.
And that's what we do on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. You know, you can buy an Angel and Tina Morning Show mug or a water bottle. So it's like, you know, little logo branded items that you can do. I have gratitude coasters that I like to send people. Gratitude quotes on it, but they love it. They absolutely love it. I had a girlfriend of mine. I used to watch her daughter 25 years ago, and they came to Charlotte, and we all met for dinner, and we took a bunch of pictures. And now she has a son, and I took some photos off of her Facebook, and I sent her a set of coasters with all of her photos on it. And she was like, Tina, we had a family outing, a family dinner that one night, and everybody was like, who sent you these coasters? I want some.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Just things like that. And things like that will create your client for a lifetime. You make them feel loved. You make them feel appreciated. You do some of the strategies that are in this book. You're going to create more clients. You're going to gain more clients. You're going to keep more clients. And you're going to make those clients refer you to other people, helping you work smarter and not harder.
Wow. Now I really, really hope that everyone out there is listening is taking lots of notes, because I'm like running out of room on my paper here. What was that? He said, note takers and money makers. I'm like, these are some good ideas, because when you think about it, you always want to be creative in your business. You want a way to show appreciation for your clients. And I'm thinking, I was like, oh, wow. You know, we thought about, you know, you may send a gift every now and then, but sending cards on a regular basis, just letting them know, hey, I'm thinking of you. And then also those that, especially since we deal with people in relationships, just to get a card saying, hey, we're thinking of you and your spouse, or, you know, you're like, oh, wow.
Happening. So I Facebook stalk people. So if they say, oh my God, I got a promotion today at work, I go and create them a little card and send them a congratulatory card. If they just had a baby, their first baby picture is on Facebook. My card is usually the first printed photo that they have of their child.
Oh, wow.
I take that photo off of Facebook, I put it on a card, and I send it to them.
That's special.
Wow. I like
that's
that.
That's really special.
You guys, you know, hey, we're going through a big thing with our marriage, and, you know, go through their Facebook. If they, you know, they're going to put their wedding photos on there, send them a card with their wedding photo on it to remind them of the love that they shared with one another.
Wow.
That's very special.
It's just things like that that will help people. And you do that. And I mean, people get on the phone with me and on a call with me, and they're like, okay, well, this is my type of business. And I'm like, okay, this is the kind of card you can send. And they're like, oh, I never thought about that way. I thought about this. Like a real estate agent, 4 times a year, there's 4 seasons. What should you do in your house 4 times a year? You should change your batteries and your smoke alarm. You should change your air conditioner filter. Why not send them a card of things to do that says, happy fall, here's your to-do list. You know,
wow,
that's a good idea.
I like that.
That's a good idea. So, like Tina, also, do you have a website, or do you have any gifts that you can give to our audience?
Did you really say gifts?
Hey, I'm grateful that she's giving out. Hopefully.
Okay, so you know these are truly organic conversations, right? Because he comes out of nowhere with stuff.
I just love you guys. Okay, so I'm going to send you guys something too. So I want you guys to send me your address. So DM me your address, because I'm going to go through your photos on Facebook. And I'm going to send you something good.
I was just saying.
We should have had the camera in the green room. Hey, remember this?
Remember this? Hello. You guys need a room. Let me just tell you, in the green room, it gets a little bit steamy.
Yes. Marriage can win.
That's right.
It was just quick, my God, but it got a little steamy. So if they go to gratitudespecialist.com, they can get to me. But I do have a freebie for all your audience, all your listeners out there. If you text the word connection to 26786, you're going to get my free 7 ways to attract, connect, and convert more prospects. It's a little seven tips on what to do, but you're also going to get a bunch of emails and newsletters of different tips and tricks that you can do to keep your customers, attract more customers, and to keep them for a lifetime.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
So super. Thank you. So I hope you guys are writing it down. She said, text the word connection to 26786. We got it right up there on the screen for you.
Also,
or go to that website.
That's right. thegratitudespecialist.com.
Yeah.
Specialist.com.
And Beyond Gratitude, because I know I have my copy of the book.
Yeah.
Can they get it from your website, or do they should go straight to Amazon?
Look, they can go to beyondgratitudebook.com. The book is only $5.
What?
Yes, beyondgratitudebook.com. It's a 20-chapter book. You can read it like in an hour and a half. But I mean, the people, they're like, Tina, I think I need a new book because I have it all highlighted.
That's what you call actively working in there.
But you know what? That's a good idea to sew into clients.
Yes,
you know?
it is.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk to you one-off about that. Yeah.
And I have a new Mastering Your Follow-Up course coming up that I'm working on now. Me and my staff are like morning to night working on different things. So it's called Mastering Your Follow-Up. And it's just taking what you do in your business and putting it on steroids.
Wow.
Like 100 times it. So you can show them your love and appreciation. You can attract more customers. You can connect more customers, and you can convert more customers into paying clients.
No, I love that. I love that. And just be mindful, even for those of you, in addition to your business relationships, let's think about our personal relationships, because you need to make sure you're demonstrating gratitude in your personal relationships as well, that you're doing those special things. Yeah. Like Tina mentioned, sending the unexpected cards, just being thoughtful,
and
you know.
To each other. Yeah, you see each other every day. You go to bed every night. He complains about you organizing his remote. But send him a card in the mail and say, Eric, I just wanted to tell you I love you. And thank you for being my rock, because then he's going to get it probably on a day. I mean, you sent it 5 days ago. He's going to get it today, and probably he had a day, and he gets a card in the mail. It's so crazy. A couple of years ago when I first started, this was like 12 years ago, I sent a card to a friend of mine. She was going through a divorce. And I sent her a picture of a bra and said, thank you for all your support. And inside of the card said, hey, I just wanted to tell you, thank you for always cheering me on. We were in a direct sales company together, and I knew she was going through her divorce. And she called me crying. And I said, did you get your card? And she goes, yes, Tina, but you know what? I found out today that I had breast cancer.
Oh my goodness.
Not only was I like bawling my eyes out when I rolled into my driveway, I went to the mailbox to get the card, and I undid it. And she goes, I have tears in my eyes, but I'm chuckling because it's a picture of a bra on the and you just made me laugh. And I'll tell you thank you. But I sent it like 5 or 6 days ago. How did I know that she was going to find that out that day?
Yeah.
It's story after story after story that I get. And I send a card every single day to somebody that's on my mind. I'm like, oh, why is she on my phone? Let me see if I can get her address. Or, and I just tell people, hey, I love to send birthday cards. What's your address? And they're like, oh, here you go. And that's how I get their address. Everybody's like, well, I don't have everybody's address. Send them a Facebook message. Hey, I love to send birthday cards. What's your physical mailing address? They're going to give it to you. And and that 9 times out of 10, you're going to get stories like that you've changed somebody's life.
Wow. No, that's great, because that's wisdom, but it has that personal touch. And like you said, that card is going to be right on time. It's going to really hit home.
And even if you're married, do it to your partner, because words, you telling them is one thing, but them reading it and on words and in a card that they can put in their nightstand forever.
For me to arrange, right?
To arrange every single night.
Yes.
Like, I wrote this card for you. It's gonna stay here.
We might as well just frame it.
Put it in his nightstand. He's gonna put it in his nightstand, and she's gonna go.
There you go. Right there.
But you know, if you're just naturally full of gratitude and you're always grateful, it'll show in your business.
Yeah.
I would think. You know?
No, I mean, what you send out is what you get back tenfold. And you gotta be grateful. You gotta be grateful for even the smallest things.
That's true. Well, I guess, you know, we don't want to just belong the time. So tell us, are there any last minute strategies or tips or something that you want to share to the audience?
So send a card a day, join the gratitude challenge. You can do that by going to gratitudespecialist.com, but just have an attitude of gratitude every single day. And I know the world is in a completely different space right now. There's so many things going on, but there's always something to be grateful for. Always something to be grateful for. You turn that around, you be grateful for it. You have a mortgage payment that you have to pay, at least you have money to pay in. At least you have a house to, live in. You have a husband that, complains that you arrange his remote. At least you have a husband.
I've got to learn to have more gratitude, right?
Yes, more gratitude.
And Eric, don't push it though. You said to have gratitude.
Yeah.
Because it could go way over to that field.
Yeah. It could go from gratitude to attitude.
No, we don't want to take the grat off and put at. No.
We went through that phase already. Yeah. You don't want to go back, right?
No.
It's like,
I have gratitude.
Yeah. It's like, that's a totally different Sakeisha. I don't want her back in there.
Write little notes on your mirror for each other. It's the little things that you do for one another that, and maybe one day God's going to bless me with a nice guy.
All right. Well, we're going to believe God for you.
Definitely.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus, to my mouth to God's ears. All right.
3 years, so he heard you.
And make sure he has a little bit dark skin and some money.
Oh my goodness!
I tell you,
Tina,
might as well customize those requests.
Hey, we have not because we asked not.
That's true.
You have to be specific. Listen. I got a whole list.
By the way, can we have this? I want to have a Benz. And, a house that's about 5,000 square feet. A pool.
An accent might help too.
Of course, maybe an English accent.
Right. Oh my goodness. She speaks Spanish. What about Spanish accent?
Spanish accent,
French,
Latin lover,
Oh my God.
Latin lover route. I think that route's gone. I think they're under construction.
Now, Tina, this has been amazing. Yes. And I mean, to all of our
and hang out with you guys. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to make a special trip just to go down there.
Well, you have to. You absolutely have to. And now we know we're like 10 minutes away from Angel. Yeah. So we can all get together.
Yeah.
I mean,
what a day. Orlando was the same.
Oh my goodness. Hang out by the pool.
Yeah.
Well, it might just have to be a girls' day, though.
I was just thinking this will probably have to be a girls' trip. Yeah. Y'all go hang out at Disney somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Disney. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're going to Disney. Yeah. Yeah, right.
So I'll track you.
Oh my goodness.
He can't track me. How much money you spending? Where are you? Track me, man.
Oh my goodness. My face hurts from laughing. Oh my gosh.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. I just
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, Tina. Thank you to all of our listeners. Make
Yes.
sure you guys stay connected with us on all forms of social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Don't forget, we have the Making Love Last retreat right here in Orlando, September 17th through 19th. We have one more spot available.
Yeah,
Make
that's for
sure
me, my husband.
all right.
I
And
mean, he's not my husband yet, but you know.
hey. And don't forget about our Marriage Can Win Academy, where you can work on building your marriage in the privacy of your own home. So we're
Yes,
super
but
excited.
also go to the Marriage Can Win Academy and download the app to your phone. It's on Android and Apple. So that's the marriagewinacademy.com.
Yeah.
And download your app. And that's Android and
iPhone. So just remember, you can be the change that you want to see in your relationships. So until next time.
Bye.